This footage highlights the operational capabilities of Ukraine's 414th Strike UAS Brigade. The video shows how an Ukrainian FPV drone detected a Russian soldier hiding inside a tree line, and then operated near the position with high precision. The incident reflects the effectiveness of the unit's new Standard 10 doctrine, which reportedly aims for each drone crew to successfully complete a high number of frontline drone missions every month. The operation also demonstrates how even dense tree cover and natural concealment no longer guarantee full protection for soldiers operating on the front line. The operation begins near the tree lines in the Kremenna direction, as a Ukrainian FPV drone suddenly descends toward a concealed Russian Sail electronic warfare system hidden beneath camouflage near defensive positions. The drone closes distance at high speed and operates directly near the anti-drone equipment, clearing the area for the next stage of the assault and exposing the nearby bunker network to continued aerial pressure. Almost immediately, another Ukrainian drone moves toward a nearby bunker and enters through the exposed opening. Seconds later, smoke and flames begin rising from inside the position. Seconds later, smoke and flames begin rising from inside the position. As the dust slowly clears, two Russian soldiers emerge from the shelter and begin running across the damaged ground in visible panic. One of them stumbles during the escape, but both continue moving toward nearby secondary defensive positions. One soldier disappears into a bunker concealed beneath heavy tarp covering, while the other drops into a trench line and hides inside a lower dugout. Moments later, another Ukrainian drone descends directly into the tarp-covered shelter, operating near the entrance shortly after the soldier disappears inside. The surveillance drone then maintains overwatch on both damaged positions, waiting to confirm whether movement continues below ground. Nearby troops begin reacting to the growing pressure overhead, believing their own shelter is no longer secure. Several Russian soldiers suddenly emerge and run toward another defensive position deeper along the trench system. At nearly the same moment, two soldiers positioned above ground receive a warning from nearby troops and rush into a separate bunker for protection. Within seconds, another Ukrainian drone follows them directly into the entrance. Shortly afterward, an additional FPV drone descends into the trench dugout that had remained active moments earlier, completing the coordinated sequence of operations against the interconnected shelter network. Ukraine's new ZAL-14 mini FAB bomb has now reportedly become one of the biggest threats to Russian bunkers on the front line. This 10-kilogram heavy munition is released with highly precise guidance by Ukraine's Vampire Baba Yaga drones directly near enemy positions. The bomb reportedly uses specialized shape charge technology capable of penetrating up to 1 meter of solid concrete before detonating inside, according to statements shared by Russian soldiers. The weapon is capable of disabling fortified concrete bunkers, underground dugouts, bridges, and building-based positions during a single operation. This advanced munition has reportedly made many previously protected positions more vulnerable, including locations once considered difficult to reach using conventional drone operations. Footage from the Vovchansk direction reportedly shows Ukraine's 1st Battalion of the 57th Motorized Rifle Brigade carrying out drone operations near Russian soldiers during ongoing frontline activity. Ukrainian drone operators can be seen repeatedly operating near Russian troops one by one, continuing the same drone tactics seen in previous operations. According to newly released footage, Operators from Ukraine's 414th Separate UAV Brigade, widely known as Matter's Birds, carried out a large-scale drone operation in the Pokrovsk direction. Over the course of a single day, more than 100 drones were deployed across contested areas to monitor and operate near Russian infantry moving through open fields, abandoned terrain, damaged forest belts, and isolated defensive positions. The operation focused heavily on small groups and individual soldiers attempting to relocate between shelters while remaining outside armored support and electronic protection coverage. Throughout the footage, reconnaissance drones maintain continuous overwatch from varying altitudes, identifying movement almost immediately after soldiers leave cover. In several sequences, Russian troops attempt to break visual contact by changing direction, entering tree lines, or dropping into vegetation after detecting drones overhead. Others attempt to remain completely motionless, relying on camouflage, terrain depressions, or damaged structures to avoid detection. Despite these efforts, the drones continue adjusting position and maintaining visual confirmation from above. The footage repeatedly demonstrates how quickly infantry movement can become exposed under persistent aerial surveillance. In open terrain, soldiers have little time to react once spotted. Even inside dense forest areas, drone operators maneuver carefully through branches and obstacles while continuing to track individual positions with precision. Several scenes show drones circling above concealed positions rather than moving closer immediately, waiting for confirmation before approaching the area. This controlled pacing allows operators to maintain pressure while limiting opportunities for escape or repositioning. The operation also highlights the growing tactical difficulties faced by infantry operating without sufficient air defense coverage, electronic warfare support, or coordinated counter-drone protection. Once aerial observation is established, movement itself becomes increasingly dangerous. Routes between shelters, trench lines, and forest positions can quickly turn into visible corridors from above. The footage suggests that even temporary pauses, hesitation near cover, or attempts to relocate individually may expose positions under constant drone presence, rather than focusing on a single engagement. The video presents a broader picture of how large-scale drone deployment is reshaping battlefield control around Pokrovsk. With dozens of aerial systems operating simultaneously across multiple sectors, surveillance, coordination, and rapid response are compressed into a continuous cycle that leaves very limited room for unnoticed movement on contested ground. Footage reportedly shows a Ukrainian drone team disabling a large number of Russian FPV ambush drones using munition drops during frontline operations. According to reports, the Russian drones had been placed in different locations and along various routes for reconnaissance and ambush purposes, but Ukrainian operators successfully detected and disabled them, resulting in multiple explosions during the operation. Russian soldiers reportedly came under pressure from a Ukrainian FPV drone during frontline operations. In the footage, the troops quickly exited their vehicle after noticing the incoming drone and immediately opened fire with their rifles while attempting to stop it from reaching their position. Footage reportedly shows operators from the UAV Battalion Strike Drone Company of Ukraine's 47th Mechanized Brigade carrying out an FPV drone operation near a Russian soldier during frontline activity. In the video, the soldier can be seen sitting near a table beside a wall before the drone approaches and operates near his position. Footage reportedly shows Ukrainian drone operators from the 47th Mechanized Brigade carrying out operations near a large group of Russian soldiers who were hiding inside houses and underground pipes in an attempt to avoid drone detection. According to reports, Ukrainian drones continued monitoring every position where the Russian troops were located before operating near the concealed positions during the mission. A Ukrainian soldier attempted to stop a Russian drone using a net gun but quickly realized it was not effective due to obstacles in the area. He then switched to using a rifle to respond to the drone and successfully bring it down. The footage highlights quick decision-making and adaptability in a challenging situation. In this footage, a Ukrainian drone monitors a Russian engineering machine from above. The drone releases a payload toward the machine, and the equipment is rendered non-operational during the operation. First-person footage shows a Ukrainian FPV drone approaching a vehicle carrying Russian soldiers in the Donetsk region. A group of Russian soldiers was traveling in a vehicle when a Ukrainian drone moved toward it during the operation. Some soldiers managed to jump out of the vehicle at the last moment, while others were unable to get out in time. Footage from the Kherson region shows that Russian forces used a drone during an operation involving a passenger train moving in Ukraine. In the video, the drone approaches and makes contact with the train during its journey, causing damage and forcing it to stop. This is one of many incidents where transport has been affected during the conflict. The footage shows how even civilian movement can be impacted in active war zones. A Ukrainian UAV unit from the reconnaissance battalion of the 5th Assault Brigade carries out operations using FPV drones near Zaliznik in the Zaporizhia region. In the footage, drone operators track Russian soldiers one by one, carefully monitoring their movement from above. Some soldiers try to move away or hide, but it remains difficult to avoid detection as the drones continue to follow their movement. The video shows how drones are increasingly used on the battlefield, as they can follow targets closely and respond quickly. It also highlights how challenging it can be to remain unseen once a drone is tracking movement, reflecting the growing role of drone technology in modern warfare. In the footage, Ukrainian soldiers set a bottle on fire and throw it toward a Russian poster. The burning bottle lands at the Russian poster and causes fire at the spot. Ukrainian drone surveillance identifies a Russian infantry position inside a damaged concrete stairwell in the Kherson direction. In the footage, the location is spotted from above, and FPV drone operators are sent to the area. The drone approaches the stairwell and monitors the location carefully. Two Russian soldiers are spotted swimming in a river. Detected by the 4th Ranger Regiment, an FPV drone approaches their position. But why were they in the water? Did they jump in after noticing the drone? That part remains unclear. What is clear, however, is that the situation quickly becomes critical for them. With very limited options to move away, one of the soldiers is tracked by the drone while in a vulnerable position.